Hiya guys, it's Matt here from ESCBubble, and today we're going to go through the rehearsals from today to see what we thought of them. And I'm so pleased to be joined today by Costa. Costa, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. My second day in the press centre and I'm really enjoying it.
Brilliant. And who do you work for, Costa?
ESCXtra?
Cool. So today, if we go first of all through our grower, who would you say is your grower for today, Costa?
I would say Azerbaijan, which I think goes for most people. They did top our press poll with 20.8% of the vote, and I would agree with that. It took a song that people weren't really reacting to and made it a moment. There's a real statement there with the staging. Whether or not it connects to the lyrics, I'm not really sure because I don't think the lyrics actually say a lot to begin with. But it was really well choreographed and well lit, and it just felt like a moment. I got goosebumps during the last chorus, for example. And they utilised the stage better than pretty much any other act next to Israel, which would be my second biggest grower, I would say.
Brilliant. I think with Azerbaijan, I really like the stairs. It was something that I thought really stood out. I think the only problem with it, I found it quite depressing in places, and I'm just not sure if they're going to qualify or not. Do you think they will?
I think it's very early because it's fourth of the night, and there's a lot of competition from Poland, for example, also Australia in the same semi. But I love a prop, so I'm always biased towards acts that bring a prop and something that we haven't seen before. And I think the use of the moving stairs is really dynamic and interesting. But I don't know if the song's going to carry forward because it is really not that special.
Okay. And you were talking about, was it Israel?
Yes, so that's kind of an honourable mention because I don't like the song at all, but the choreography was so slick and it just looked great on stage, so I thought that was worth noting.
Yeah, definitely. I really liked Israel. I think it's a song that really grabs your attention. I think it really pulls you in. I was really impressed with the staging as well. And I think for me personally, Israel have really upped their game.
Yeah, I mean, they're always quite good at staging. But the use of the floor was probably the best we've seen, just because they made it look like a revolving platform, a bit like Natalia Gordienko last year, and it just had a lot of movement and energy, which is hard to create on the stage naturally.
Brilliant. What about disappointment? Were there any songs today that you were quite disappointed on?
Not today as much as yesterday. I feel like that maybe it might be an issue because we haven't had the big five. I think there's always room for disappointment in the big five. I will go with Finland. Even though I don't care for the song to begin with, I was disappointed that they didn't do more. And I was also disappointed with the fact that the camera angles were so sloppy. And they really didn't know in any of the three runs how to really portray the staging in a way that made it look good. The balloons often got in the way, and I think there's a lot of potential for the giant balloons to actually look very good. And the vocals are never really on there for me, and I just didn't really enjoy it. So the fact that people are quite confident it's going through, it's just kind of, I don't get it.
I personally quite like Finland. I do think they'll get through, but yeah, I am quite concerned with the vocals. I do think they've slightly improved over the last few days, but yeah, it's something that I just think on the day, are they going to be able to do it or not? We'll have to wait and see. What about a favourite? What would you say was like your favourite song from today?
I would say it's Iceland. Because it was the first one we had today, and I was in quite a good mood this morning. And just as a first song of the day, it really did wake me up in a nice way. I love the song, but not as a competitive song. I think in Somvikepnin it was very pretty, but it won in a protest vote against the Daughters of Reykjavik, so it never really got its chance to really be at the fore. It was kind of a consolation prize, even though I'm a fan of the song. I never saw it competitively as something of a chance, but I really do think it was beautifully staged. The colours that they used, very autumnal, golds and burgundy, was a nice break from the other colours we've seen, and the styling was great, and I loved the way they used the LEDs to kind of create this kind of swelling gold effect, and I just thought it was a really cohesive 3 minutes.
I thought Iceland was okay. I just think that there's other songs I think stand out for me more. I think it's a nice, relaxing song, but it's another one I just think, is this going to qualify or not? Do you think it will, Costa?
I think it depends on whether Portugal lands with people and whether Croatia might be a dark horse, because I do think Croatia's a stronger song than people give it credit for, considering how well it did in its national final. I think Armenia and one of those will qualify, because I think Armenia has great staging. That's my other favourite. So I think they're kind of safely in based on vocal and staging, and I think both semis are looking more open than you would have expected originally.
Brilliant. What would you say is like your worst from today?
I will say Finland. Malta's first run was very shaky because the choreography wasn't there and the camera angles were bad, but I think there was more good things about Malta than with Finland. And the clip they chose for the YouTube that the fans are reacting to was really poor, I think.
So was that Malta?
Yes. No, this is Finland. Malta was, it got better with the runs, but it was also down there for me.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time, Costa. Great to see you, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Cheers. Take care.
Cheers.